guys, Eric here with Graybeard Gardening PDX. Today on this video we're going to show you the nutrient line that I use to feed my liquid fertilizers for my tomatoes, and we're also going to show you how I pH balance that same liquid fertilizer to make sure that all of those nutrients are most uptakeable by our tomato plants. That's part of why we're having such good results this year, is I've been very careful about pH balancing everything that goes into them, and they are looking really good. Hi guys, Eric here with Graybeard Gardening PDX. Today I'm going to do a video on how I feed my tomato plants. You guys see my plants around these videos quite a bit, and I just wanted to share what I'm doing just in case you guys want to know kind of what my approach is. I use a combination of granular fertilizers that are slow release, and those get introduced into the soil every 2 weeks for my plants. And then I'm going to show you today how I do my liquid fertilizers and what I use for that. So at this point, let's go ahead and get into the video and see what happens here. Okay guys, so we have a 5-gallon bucket filled with water right here, and this is straight out of the spigot. I haven't done anything to it yet. What exactly are you doing? That's a sweet baby girl, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh, let's show you off a little bit. Oh, yeah. What a good baby girl, huh? Yes, you don't like being held. There you go. So, today, guys, we're going to go ahead and do a video on feeding our plants with the liquid fertilizers that I use. I use 2 different types of fertilizers to help my plants grow. I use a granular slow release fertilizer that I introduce to the plants about every 2 weeks. I scratch it into the soil every 2 weeks, and I give about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of fertilizer per plant there. Just to let you know or reiterate what we do for those plants at that moment is that we are giving a Espoma garden tone for vegetables. And we are giving bone meal, blood meal, and fish bone meal. So those are what are in my bucket that you see me rolling around here with when we're fertilizing some of the plants with the granulars. Just to let you know the ratios, I will do 1 whole bag of Espoma garden tone, pour that into my bucket that I use for that, and then I will do 2 cups of bone meal, 1 cup of fish bone meal, and 1 cup of the blood meal. And that's what you see me going ahead and feeding every 2 weeks here with the plants, and scratching that into the soil there so that it helps activate. But this is the liquid fertilizer portion of our feeding, and I do this about once a week for each of my tomato plants. Because I only use 5-gallon buckets for this, I generally will feed the plants on different nights as I'm here. So I will feed them either in the morning or in the evening, but I will feed them at different days just so that I don't have to fill up so many buckets and do so much work with this every single time that we do it. So, but you can do it any way you want. If you want to fill up 3-4 buckets, if you got that many tomato plants, but generally a 5-gallon bucket is going to get me through basically my San Marzanos and maybe 2 or 3 other plants. Which is about 13 or 14 plants. 1 bucket is generally going to get me through most of my Amish pastes. And then 1 bucket we're going to use tonight for our beefsteak tomatoes that are behind us on either side here. So at this point, we're going to get this going. And just so you know, the products that we're going to use here, I have 2 different types of products that we're going to use. I have vegetative liquid fertilizer, and I also have flowering or fruiting liquid fertilizer. So we are going to show you here the Buddha Grow. This is from Roots Organic, the same company that makes a lot of the potting soil that I use in my planters. But that is a vegetative formula, and that one actually has more nitrogen in it than the Bloom formula. You can see there at the top, it gives you all 3 numbers. Those 3 numbers are your NPK, which is going to be nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The next thing that I use for vegetative, and I also use this through bloom is their Trinity product. It's a wonderful kelp extract product, and it also has some molasses in there, I believe, but it smells wonderful and it is a great product. I use that along with the Buddha Grow. And then when it comes to bloom, I also use it in bloom. Now, when we switch over to bloom, and when we want more fruits and flowers, we have the Buddha Bloom. And that one has a higher ratio of phosphorus and potassium to the nitrogen. That's really the difference between feeding a flowering plant versus a vegetative plant, is that when they're vegetative, they're going to want probably a little more nitrogen and not as much phosphorus and potassium at that point. And then when they switch over to fruiting and flowering, they need a lot of phosphorus and potassium and usually less nitrogen. Some plants are a little different. Corn really is a nitrogen hog and whatnot and wants that pretty much all the time. So I feed my corn a little bit differently. But this is the way we feed our tomato plants. One other thing to bring up here before we get too far is that I have a pH testing kit right here and a bottle of pH up and pH down. Here is the pH down. Today we're not going to need that because the nutrients that we put into the water push the pH way down and we need to bring it back up so that the plants can utilize it properly. So the pH down is the orange one. You want to buy a kit with the down and the up. And then I have a larger blue up because you use more of this than you do the down. Now, when you buy those, you can usually find a kit that has both the pH up and pH down and one of these pH testing kits. These pH testing kits have a scale for where your pH is based on color. So if you're at red, you are super acidic and low at like 4 or below. And if you're way up high on the spectrum towards blue, then you are way above 7.0 and sitting in more of a base. So at this point, we use this to measure what we're doing. As you get into growing vegetables and other plants, you'll realize that pH is very important for uptake of nutrients. Most nutrients have a much wider availability as far as the pH that you can have so that you can utilize that nutrient. Like nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium have a wider range of availability that they can, be pH'd at 7, be pH'd at 6, and still probably uptake most of those nutrients. Now, the ones you got to watch out for, and part of the reason why we have issues with calcium, magnesium with a lot of plants is because the range is very, very narrow on calcium, magnesium uptake. So basically, by pHing this really close to where it wants to take up those nutrients, then we're going to give it the best chance to do that. If you wanted to go even further with this, you could water every day with pH balanced water at 6.5 pH, because for tomatoes want a pH of about 6.3 to about 6.7. So meet in the middle there, you're at 6.5. So that's what I'm going to pH our nutrients to tonight. We are feeding our beefsteak tomatoes back there, and you can see how green and beautiful they are. And we have the plants behind me, so we're going to go ahead and feed them mainly a fruiting, flowering formula. So I am not going to do a ton of the Buddha Grow. Right now, what I'm going to do, because that is our more vegetative formula, is I'm going to do 1 tablespoon for this whole 5-gallon bucket, just to give it a little bit of the nitrogen that it needs, a little bit of a boost there. But we're done with that one. We're not worried about it growing vegetatively so much right now. We want a nice balanced growth with the fruiting and flowering and vegetative. So now we also have the Roots Organic Trinity product. And I said earlier that we use this in both vegetative and fruiting and flowering. I use 1 tablespoon of that, which is 1 capful, per 5 gallons each time that I water. It's not a ton. I'm just giving it a little bit of love and taste. And then we have our HPK product. This from Roots Organic is one of the best products you're going to buy for fruiting and flowering. I have used this for years. It is a phosphate rock product. So this is going to increase your flowering and fruiting quite a bit. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons. Now, when you look at the backs of these products, most of them are going to tell you to do about a tablespoon per gallon, during these times in fruiting and flowering. Truth is that most of the time when you're looking at something, cut it in half, try that first, and see how it does. Right here, we're doing about 1/4 to a half worth of what they would normally feed. You can look at what we're doing and find that, we're probably feeding pretty adequately. So, and I'm sorry, this here is the Buddha Bloom, and that is our product that has more phosphorus and potassium than nitrogen. And so we're going to do 2 heaping teaspoons of that. Just to go over it one more time, just now we put in 1 tablespoon of the Trinity for the 5-gallon bucket, 2 tablespoons of the Bloom for the entire 5-gallon bucket, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of the HPK anytime you're feeding this. And we gave it 1 tablespoon of our Buddha Grow so that it had a little bit of nitrogen to go off of there too. So now normally I wouldn't do this part and test it right now, because I know that once we put the nutrients in there, generally it's going to take me about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of pH up to get this back up to 6.5. But I'm going to show you guys here real quick what this would be if we didn't pH it. And this is why when you feed liquid nutrients, you need to pay attention to this pHing, which I don't find a whole lot of people on YouTube talking about pHing as much as I think that they should be. But okay, so right now you can see our water comes out a little bit funky looking. That's because it's got a bunch of those nutrients in it. We're going to pour out about half of it. We're going to take our pH liquid here and drop that in. 3 drops. It's 3 to 5 drops in there. We did a little under half. So if you look at that, that's very red, right? And we've got our little meter here that shows us, and that is 4 pH or under. Okay, so and just so you guys know too, my water comes out in Portland at a 7 pH. So we have gone from a 7 pH, thrown all the liquid nutrients in here, and gone down to a 4 or below. So most nutrients would not be uptakeable at a 4 pH for a tomato. Now we've got our pH up, and this cap is about a tablespoon. So we're going to do 1, 2, and a little touch, about 2.5 tablespoons of that. All right, so now let's test our pH again. We're going to pour out about half of the vial. You can see here, pretty murky. And this one's filled a little over halfway, so I'm going to go with 4 drops this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see here that it's still a little bit orange. So we are going to add more pH up. So let's add another, almost a full tablespoon. And this ought to get us up there. Okay, let's do this again. 2, 3, 4. And now you can see right off the bat, it's already changing color to kind of a green, murky color. And if you look at the colors that you got there, most of that changed. Now, I don't like necessarily how that, it still looks a little greenish orange. So we're going to go ahead and give it a little bit more. And this is why I say we always baby our plants, because this is exactly what I do, is I want to give them exactly what they want at exactly the right temperature, exactly the right pH. Okay, let's try this. 4. Oh yeah, and that is definitely the green that we're looking for. I don't know if you can see it properly. Hold it out there for you. That is looking good. So now we've got all of our nutrients in here. We have pH this up to 6.5. At 6.5, I do pretty well with things staying very, very healthy and very, very green. So at this point, we'll go ahead and feed the plants and just show you that. It's just feeding them out of a little watering can, so not that technical. All right, guys, watering can with our 6.5 pH. I usually hold it above here for a good 5 to 10 seconds. And the tomatoes are gonna love that. And for the last 3, we got our Better Boy. Got our Brandywine set up. And we got another Better Boy. And since I have a little left over, I'll give a little bit to my habanero over here, which is fruiting and flowering.